All right, let's get started. So welcome to series 4 in the episode of setting up complete home Kubernetes home lab. And in the last video, we were trying to solve the problem of load balancing on our brand new setup cluster. And I mentioned that we'll be using MetalLB, and we actually set up and installed MetalLB. And as a reminder, we can remember that MetalLB is a load balancer implementation for bare metal Kubernetes clusters using standard routing protocols. So we set up MetalLB in our last discussion, and then as you can see, we have the controller running. The controller acts as helps in reconciliation and ensuring and handing out the IPs that are needed to the services and all the resources in the cluster that need load balancer IP addresses, while the speaker kind of like advertises those IP address on the local area network where the controller is located so that it can know that certain IP addresses are in use. So I've actually gone ahead to set this up ahead, and if we look at the content of this directory, we have IP pool YAML and IP advert YAML. So if I show the content of IP pool YAML, we would see that we're setting up an IP address pool, which is a custom resource that was installed after when we installed MetalLB as using Helm in the last video. So we call this IP address pool K8's pool, and where we wanted to dish out address in the range of 192.168.1.230 to 250. If you take note, this is a subset of my local area network IP address, which is 192.168.1.0/24. So I'm just reserving this 20 IP addresses from 230 to 250 for MetalLB to dish out when it needs to dish out IP addresses. So, and then if we look at the content of the IP advert, we would see that it has a name, and then it's in the namespace MetalLB system, and it's just going to do the advertisement. I've actually gone ahead to apply this, but then I'll just show you. So what you would have had to do is do kubectl apply -f, and then what we're applying is the IP pool, and then you can see it's on chain. That means it's already done. And then if we do the same for the advertisements, apply -f, and then it's going to be in this case it will be IP adverts, and then you can see it's unchanged. And then what this gives us now, if I list the services, kubectl get SBC, and then we see that now we have the demo app that we had initially now has an external IP address, which is 230 in the local area network IP ring that we have. And then what I needed to do, initially we set that up, the service to be of type node port. So what I did was just to edit that service demo app, and then instead of it being node port or cluster IP like we had before, I changed it to type of load balancer, and that would kickstart MetalLB to sort of like give it an external IP address. And the result of this is now that any other system, because like if I go on my Mac system, which is on the network where the control plane is, I can access the Nginx application on this IP address, which we can see right here, 192.168.1.230. So that concludes like the setup of MetalLB on our local area network and on our cluster. And next up, we'll be talking about ingress controller and how we could also leverage this Metal load balancer. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.